Welcome back to Fat Bike Hunter YouTube. I am packing for a multi-day muzzleloader elk hunt in Washington State, my home state, and I'm going to call this "But What If I Need It" list. So there's probably things that I'm going to be packing that I may not use, but my accommodations, my lodging may change. Could be backcountry, could be in a nice luxurious condo. So just leaving things up depending on where the elk are. Sleeping bag, I like the Big Agnes. I'm a value budget hunter guy. So this is the Big Agnes Encampment. It's a 15-degree bag. It's all synthetic insulation, and it has kept me extremely warm. As far as weight goes, it's 3 pounds, so not super light, but not super heavy either. And the cool thing about many of the Big Agnes are they come with a sleeve that your sleeping pad goes into so that you don't roll off. So really nice for sleeping on a mat on the ground, in a bivvy, or in a tent. The other thing I like to carry is an inflatable pillow. I have Sea to Summit, I have Madeira. This is just a really small knockoff brand. I believe this one is from Madeira, and just invaluable, very light, but I really get a good rest with those. Next is the tent. That I may not be using this tent this hunt, but if the elk need to be followed and follow them into the backcountry, I will be ready. This is the Mountain Hardware Hilo 2. The Hilo 2 is not the lightest, but it's 3.9 or 3 pounds 9 ounces. But the nice thing is it's a one-pole system and does not require a rain fly. It's a single wall, so that makes it really nice for packing and just being ready for weather. I've been snowed on. They label this as a 3-season tent, but I do a lot of split boarding in the backcountry, snowboarding in the backcountry, and this tent has kept me plenty dry and warm, even in the winter. So just got to manage the weather with that. I am going with the Thermarest Pro Light. This Thermarest is about it's a couple pounds, but it's a 2.4 rating, R rating. So with this and my Big Agnes, if it gets below about 25 degrees, I do get a little bit cold, but that's what long underwear and little synthetic heat pads are for, to slam into the bottom of my sleeping bag so my toes are nice and warm. Water filtration, kind of up in the air. I'm going to pack it. If we stay at a lodge or condo, then we're going to have plenty of good water, and I'll load up my Nalgene or my bladders. But I will probably throw this in the pack. I am running the Sawyer, and if I need that, I'll use it. But there is also the alternative. I always carry the Aquamira drops. But I know the water where I'm going is plenty clean. I took a 6x6 on a special draw up there a couple years ago. Bug nets. I don't care how cold it is. For some reason, when you get into the Cascade Mountains of Washington, the bugs are all over you. And being that elk are keen on movement, along with smell, I hate to have bugs and yellow jackets in my face. So I always pack one of these. They weigh absolutely nothing. In fact, I pack 2 because a lot of times I'm wearing one and my friend is like, whoa, I wish I had one. They weigh nothing and they're pretty dang cheap, actually. As far as a pack goes, I'm going with the Kuiu Icon Pro 3200. Typically this doesn't get fully packed, but it's ready to haul out meat. Hopefully I get some blood stains on it, because it's been a couple years since I've hauled something out with this big a pack. Going with the Cabela's Euro 12x50s. Pretty killer optics for the price. Just can't afford any of the Swarovski or those kind of things yet. And the KUIU Pro harness has been well. As far as the emergency kit, I'm, like I say, going to be a couple miles from the truck, a couple thousand vertical from the truck, and so, or our lodging. So I'm packing light for the first aid. I've got Band-Aids. I've got some Advil and Tylenol, and also some medicine because I have Parkinson's. So we'll pack that in. It's pretty good. Obviously, you need toilet paper. Okay. And my kill kit is by Argali. This is going to be a new one. I got this from the Hush Elk website. They were putting in, if you bought one of these, you got put in for a special elk hunt in New Mexico. And apparently I didn't get drawn because they haven't called me yet. So I did get their kit. They are huge bone-in bags. Huge bone-in bags for elk, caribou, moose. And you get 4 of those, plus you get a scrap meat bag. Pretty well built, that's for sure. They've got the hooks so you can hang it. It's also reflective. Their logo's reflective so that you can find it again at night, which hopefully is the case with my buddy and I, and he's driving up from California. So hopefully that works out. I also carry paracord, and a carabiner, just real quick to spread the elk out after the harvest, spread it out and start cutting it up. The knife I'm running is an Outdoor Edge, really sweet with the replaceable blade, very, very sharp. Usually with harvesting an animal, it's probably going to take one blade. I do have a bigger knife, a solid blade knife for bone, and I do carry a saw as well, but those are typically already packed. As far as electronics go, I'm kind of big into electronics. I do like my Petzl Acticore. This has got the red, it's got the green, it's got 3 levels of intensity with the LED, and it's rechargeable. So this headlamp, my charger, battery pack, and my Zoleo satellite messenger all run off of a regular phone cord battery, so the same battery wire. The nice thing about that is I carry the USB that plugs into the power source, as well as an extra one because I might have 2 devices charging off that at one time, and it's really important. These chargers are pretty sweet. They're definitely not light, but you get what is this? 25,000. I don't know. Is that milliamps? mAh. Should have probably read up on that. But anyway, it's a solar charger. It's not super fast, but if it's sunny out, putting this thing out is kind of a trickle charger. It maintains, so that's pretty cool. Good little Amazon purchase. I think it was like 20 bucks. So that's pretty cool. Pretty good. As far as recording, I'm recording right now with my GoPro Hero 9. I've got the media kit on it, so it has a better microphone, and I can actually wear a lapel mic when I'm hunting. But I also carry just a little tripod. It fits into my pants, and I can film my buddy harvesting an elk while I'm probably next in line. Anyway, as far as clothing, I'm willing to wear my baseball hat until my ears fall off. Got my Hunter Orange Fat Bike Hunter. I go with the KUIU Puffy, Down Puffy, the Super Down Ultra. Weighs absolutely nothing, but if it gets cold, I like to have that close. Yeah. Merino wool against the skin. This is you can see it gets worn, there's a hole. I believe this is just the lightest weight of a Kuiu merino wool. Over that though, I put a long sleeve merino, and then typically throw on that super down vest. With this weather, being that it's kind of during the elk rut, a little bit later, we're getting a lot of snow. We're supposed to get 2 inches tomorrow, and so the elk hunt starts next Saturday. We're kind of up in the air of like how wet it's going to be. So I'm going to be going up with the Axis, Kuiu Axis jacket. It's a soft shell, but it's also a little bit insulated with, or lined with some fuzzy fleece, which the pants are pretty sweet. If you wear boxers or your tighty whities, you put these on, it feels really nice on your legs. So the nice thing is, if it does get hot, most of Kuiu's pants do this now, you do have a side heat vent, let out some of your body heat when you're hiking up, and all of the zippers are also heat vents. So I really like the Kuiu product, and especially the Axis. Speaking of the Axis, if it gets really cold and I gotta take off my hat, I am bringing the Axis balaclava and the Axis Kuiu gloves, so I should be plenty warm there. As far as calls, I'm bringing in the big tube. 2 reasons. One, on my pack, I do have a tube holder, and it is custom fit for that Phelps tube. Second reason I'm bringing it in is I have 100% full intention of getting a 15-year-old that contacted me. His dad contacted me and told me he drew a big bull permit. It is my intention on Sunday morning to meet them and take him up to get a bull of a lifetime. I've got 3 bulls pegged, and I think he should be able to harvest the bull of his lifetime. Told his dad not to tell him how big the elk was, but it's pushing probably 350. So I think he's going to be pretty excited if we can get that bugger in and put him on the ground. I do have the thermarest, and don't plan on having to glass a lot. It's pretty dense country, but I am bringing up my nice little pad in case I need it for glassing, and as well as if I use the tent, putting it out in front of the tent so that when I have to get up in the bathroom or get up at night to use the restroom, I'm not stepping with just my socks out on the possibly very wet ground. So that's super light and great to throw in. Always got my hunter orange going, but I also pack 1 extra vest, throw it over the head as I'm hauling back out. My Kuiu pack does not have a orange fabric cover over it, so I'm counting on putting this over the horns or over the head. I am always cautious about and actually cringe when I see people hiking out with the horns sticking up, because I can just imagine it going downhill quickly if somebody's shooting at motion rather than actually seeing an animal, and it would I just don't want to be that guy that makes the press. So anyway, I know many of you are comfortable carrying an elk that way, but I always have the elk horns down and hold on to them because it scares me to death. Anyway, as far as food goes, I am running the wind burner, and I went with the 1.8 liter, plenty big. It's nice to have, instead of the 1 liter, it's nice to have the 1.8 and cook us both a meal. It's also nice when you've cooked a meal and then you need to have more coffee, water. It still has water in it. So it's not much heavier. It's plenty light. The other cool thing that hooks up with the wires that the charging cord I've already talked about, is my plasma lighter. I think that's what they're calling these things. Anyway, super light. Once again, probably an Amazon purchase. but it makes a very, very hot X-arc, and man, that thing lights my fire, lights my stove super duper quick, and holds a charge for, I think I've used it 7 days in a row and never had to recharge it, so that's pretty good. Okay, feet. And it just all of a sudden, here I turn over 50 and my feet are dying. It's the worst pain I've dealt with of any injury. So I purchased some boots that are stiff this year. I went and got the Crispy Thor 2. They're uninsulated, but they're Gore-Tex. They're good up to about 7 inches of water or snow. They're very light, but very stiff. A 4 out of 5 stiffness. So they are going to be protecting my toe, and I hope to be using them for the next couple years, if not a decade. They are super great quality. They're actually my first pair of good boots. So I think you get what you pay for with boots. And also I'm going with the Farm to Feet mid layer or mid thickness merino wool sock. Love these things. And then obviously the camp shoes that everybody makes fun of, unless you're a Go Hunt employee or pro staff. I know they use them, and I know Born and Raised uses them. I've used them forever. You can see they're pretty worn out, but nothing better than to take off your boots after a long haul or harvest, or a hike in, and throw these on, and they don't weigh enough to make me concerned. So if you see me in camp and you think they're hilarious, go ahead and say something, but I love them. So I hunt with it's a Traditions lightning bolt. It's a 54 caliber. I have shot muzzleloaders ever since I can remember. I mean, I was a little kid. We would go to rendezvous and stuff. And so I've had a muzzleloader forever, but this is the first synthetic stock stainless barrel that I've ever owned. Inline, first one I've ever owned inline. This is, I've had this for 15 years now. Uses the percussion cap, what are they, number 11s? Yeah, number 11 percussion cap. Real big fan of the Sabo. Some of you might pronounce that differently. Anyway, real proponent of the Sabo. But then my follow-up second shot, if I get a chance at the elk, is a round ball. And I have those set up in a speed load. So basically, you can get these pretty much anywhere, but it's basically just a plastic tube with your ball, your wadding, and your powder. You just dump it in, slam it down. In fact, I've got these. It's a 54 caliber Sabo, but the round ball is a 50. So you know, I'm not doing a long second shot. If I have that much time, I'm probably going to load another Sabo. But for quick close shots, I'm just throwing in a round ball real quick. I also have a little kind of Tupperware system, little tiny jar that's got my powder in it. Keep it dry. If I need extra, I also carry some little dropper bottle of the cleansing solution and some patches. So I am plenty ready for multiple days of multiple shots, which the last 2 bulls I've killed with a muzzleloader, both 6x6s, it was 1 shot, 1 kill. So hopefully I'm on a roll still. Like I say though, I've been around muzzleloaders for a really long time. I always have a bag in the car. This is the oops, I got wet, or oops, I forgot something bag. In here I've got extra pair of socks, extra fuel for my stove, extra toilet paper. This just stays in the truck. And I believe, yeah, so extra protein bars. And then I always carry either a Phelps Easy Estrus game call or a reed for when I'm hunting solo. and I get an elk down and I need help hauling it out, and some nice stranger hunter offers to help me out, I've always got a gift from them, and I would like to thank Phelps for loading me up on some of these things. Got calls for days. So anyway, that's my in the car zone thing. And then just in case, which we probably can use this weekend, got my Rocky Mountain Elk Edition. Let's open it up. These things are pretty sweet. They're newer decoy. Once again, I'm not going to be standing behind this thing and hunting, so I digress. Anyway, I'm excited to try this. The stakes are kind of heavy, but I can always just use twine. So anyway, I think that's it. Hopefully I got everything I need. Hopefully, well, I know we'll get into elk, and I'll make sure that I keep everybody informed on YouTube with the 15-year-old and the bull of his lifetime, because that should be a pretty big deal. In previous videos, you can hear I had 3 bulls going at once. I think it was the archery elk video, and he's the big boy that never comes out. So I know where he's at. I know he's got cows, and we're just going to wait for him to bed most likely and get into his zone and put a muzzleloader round through him. Anyway, all right. Good luck this year, guys. Good luck this season, and I will keep you informed.